Good morning to all of you. Welcome to our class. And today, we are still discussing on audit finalization and review. Okay, audit finalization and review. And last time we met, we were discussing on the going concern review. Okay, so we are discussing the going concern review, and the other time we are discussing on the subsequent event review. Okay, so going concern review, and you have the subsequent event review. So now, okay, once you're done the going concern review, you've discussed the events after reporting period. Next bit is written representations. Okay, written representations. And the ISA under consideration is ISA 580. Okay, so the ISA under consideration in the written representations is ISA 580. Now, what are written representations? Okay, as an auditor, there are things that as you finalize on your audit, okay, it's all enough that you make some few requests from the management, okay, or those charged with governance on some few matters, okay. For example, you can ask them, okay, to acknowledge, okay, that they have been able to fulfill all their duty, okay, including the preparation of financials. So you want them to actually respond to you, okay. You make an inquiry, ask them, have you fulfilled your responsibility? Okay, you as management, okay, you as those child governance, okay, have you fulfilled your responsibility in relation to preparation of financial statement? Okay, in some other areas, okay, you may want to make a request, ask them, okay, if they are aware, for example, of the going, if there's any going concern issues, for example, okay, or if there's any concern with regard to the subsequent event, okay. So, or even example, okay, you as management, okay, what were your assumptions that you used in this particular area, okay? You as management, okay, what are the financial statement assumptions you did use in relation to this account, okay? Or maybe there's an area, okay, where as an auditor you may want to obtain evidence from the management, okay, audit evidence from management, not that you don't have the evidence. You have it, but you want to collaborate what you already have. Okay, so already you have some other audit evidence. Okay, but you want to have more additional audit evidence. Okay, this time around from the management. Okay, so you're going to be asking the management. Okay, you're going to be requesting the management to provide you with this audit evidence. Okay, you're going to be requesting the management to provide you with this audit evidence. Okay, but don't forget, in conventionally, okay, if you still remember, we did say that at the end of the day, okay, we did say that at the end of the day, you cannot just rely on that audit evidence as the sole source of audit evidence. You require other audit evidence, okay? Don't forget. But you cannot use those written representations from the management, okay, as a source of your audit evidence, okay? And let's go through it. So we know that written representations, okay, the statement by management provided to the auditor to confirm certain matters or support other audit evidence. Okay, so if you remember when we were discussing on the going concern review, okay, we say that generally, company, we did say that as a company, you do you do need to gather, okay, or you do need to ask the management, okay. Is there any intention, okay? Is there any intention on the side of the management, okay, on the side of the management to close down the company, to liquidate the company, okay? Now, how do you confirm that? You're going to be asking the management, okay? Is there an intention on your side of closing down the company, of liquidating the company? Okay, so you're going to be asking them, and they're going to make a written response to you. Okay, in relation whether they do have any intention of closing down the company. Okay, and of course, in most cases, okay, in most cases, as I've mentioned, okay, you will, or rather, this written representations, okay, will come. It's you to instigate the process, okay. It is you as an auditor, okay, to first write down the letter addressed to the management. Then the management makes the response. The response is what we refer to as written representations, okay. Is referred to as written representations, okay. That's referred to as written representation, okay. So it's you to start the process. Okay, it is you to start the process. Okay. Okay, I'll say the reference ISA is ISA 580. That is the ISA that we shall be doing. Okay. The first bit, okay, or the first, or some of the first few questions that you'll be asking the manual to confirm, okay, and you're going to be asking them to make a response, you're going to make them to make a representation is on their responsibility. Okay, you're going to be asking the management to acknowledge their responsibility. If you remember, as we were discussing at the beginning of the audit process, we said one of the core things that you need to do at the beginning is coming up with an engagement letter. Okay, coming up with the audit engagement letter. Okay, which goes again to contain the details, those 5 core things. Obviously, remember those 5 core things. Okay, that you need to the management. Okay, one of those 5 core things. Okay, under the engagement letter was the acknowledgement of the management of their responsibility. Okay. Obviously remember those five main elements, okay, of the engagement letter. Okay, obviously remember. Okay, so one of the key things that now in the as we close down the audit, okay, is like ask them to acknowledge, okay, what they did state at the beginning, okay, and one of them was their responsibility, okay, and one of their responsibilities is towards the preparation and the presentation of financial statement. Okay, so this time out, as you close off the audit, as you're going to give audit opinion, okay, as you're about to give the final audit opinion, okay, you're going to be making a request to the management to acknowledge that they were responsible towards the preparation and the presentation of the financial statement. Okay, they were responsible. Don't forget, already they have done this already. Okay, in the engagement letter, don't forget the management did acknowledge. Okay, that we are the one responsible, okay, or we shall be the one who will be responsible for the preparation and the presentation. Okay, so this time now you're trying to affirm, have you done this as what we had agreed at the beginning of the audit? Okay. So the management agreed to acknowledge that they have fulfilled their responsibility towards the preparation and the presentation of financial statement stated out in the terms of the audit engagement. Okay, I think I did say that at the beginning of the audit, you did agree, okay, that you are the one who is going to be involved in the preparation and the presentation of the financial statement, not us as auditors, okay. So we are trying to make a reference to what we agreed, okay. So they're going to acknowledge, yes, we did do as what we had agreed together at the beginning of the audit, at the audit engagement point, okay. And whether the financials are prepared and presented in accordance with the applicable financial reporting framework. Okay? That the management, that's all the precondition of the audit. Okay, always remember those preconditions of an audit. One of them is that an applicable financial framework was being used in preparing those financial statements. Okay, so you're going to go back to those preconditions. Okay, did you prepare the accounts, okay, as per the framework you had agreed at the beginning? Okay, did you use the applicable financial reporting framework, okay, in reference to the preconditions of an audit? Okay, the management has provided the auditor with all the relevant information agreed in the terms of the audit engagement. Okay, so another element, okay, we did discuss of the audit engagement is the management will provide the auditor with all the necessary information, okay, as also contained in the requirement of the Kenyan Companies Act. Okay, that the management will provide the auditor with all the relevant information that he deemed necessary, as well as access to even the personnel of the company. Okay, if you as an auditor you think that person A can provide me with evidence, okay, if you meant to go to the management, as a management, I would want to access your finance director. Okay, there's a few questions that he need to answer. Okay, okay. Now in this point in time, as you close off the audit, then you're trying to sort of get a written response from the management that they did give you all the necessary support in what towards gathering all the relevant information necessary for your audit process. Okay. And the matter is on whether all transactions that did occur during the year have been recorded and they are reflected on those financial statements. Okay. So this is a written acknowledgement from the management that all the different transactions, okay, that occurred during the year, they have been recorded and they are reflected on those financial statements that the management have prepared and present. They have prepared, okay, and presented. Okay, you're trying to get this acknowledgement from the management. Okay, so some of the codings, okay, you'll be asking from the management in relation to those written representations. Okay, some of them are, there are many things that you can ask. Okay, but those are some of the things you may be asking the management to acknowledge to you, okay, about their responsibility, okay. Another matter is whether the selection and the application of accounting policies was appropriate, okay. So this is an acknowledgement, okay, also from the management. Don't forget, this is called the management written representations, okay. The management written representations, okay. So most of them you'll be asking the management, okay. So this is a response they're making to your previous inquiry, okay. Don't forget, okay. So the one who's going to, as I mentioned, you're the one who's going to be instigating the process, okay. You're the one to begin the process, okay. You are the one to begin the process, okay. So these written representations is a response that you are receiving from the management from your previous questions, from the previous inquiry you made as an auditor towards the management, okay. So here is whether the selection and whether the selection and the application of accounting policies is appropriate, okay. Then you have any plans or intentions, okay, towards the carrying value, okay, towards any matter that may affect the carrying value of the asset classification, okay. Also, you must ask them regarding liability, both actual and contingent, okay, and especially towards the contingent, okay. Contingent is one of the good matter, okay. Don't forget contingent, essentially, they may not appear on the face of the balance sheet, okay. They may not appear on the face of the balance sheet, okay, which means therefore, as an auditor, you may want to ask them, is there any contingent liability, okay, that might exist, which I may not be aware of, okay. Don't forget those contingent liability that depend on some future event, okay. So you may want to ask the management, okay, to make a response, okay, if there's any contingent liability, okay, and how they made the disclosure, okay, on those contingent liability, how the management made the disclosure, maybe towards their financial statement, okay. Title to or control assets, including or encumbrances on assets, okay, as a pledge as a collateral, okay. This more towards the disclosure, okay. If the company has made any of the assets as a collateral, for example, towards a loan, okay. Don't forget, in most cases, in some cases, okay, don't forget the company may use a collateral, okay, or may use some of the assets to obtain a bank loan, okay. If, for example, the bank did make a response, okay, assume that maybe you didn't obtain it, okay. If you remember when we were discussing on the bank confirmation, we did say that you need to obtain a response from the bank, from each bank, okay. If maybe the situation does it, maybe you're not able to obtain, okay, you're not able to obtain that response, okay, so you may have to rely maybe on the management to add. In this case, therefore, you may want to ask them, okay, have any of the company assets been used as a collateral, okay, as security against any of the loan the company has obtained from the debt providers, okay. Something else you may not confirm from them is laws and regulations, okay, as laws and regulations and contract agreement that may affect the company, that may affect the financial statements, including non-compliance with them, okay. Maybe one of them, for example, in case is the case of bank, okay, in case the bank, in case you are auditing a bank, okay, don't forget, as you mentioned, the bank is meant to be in compliance with a number of laws, okay, one of them being laws set forth, regulations set forth by the Central Bank of Kenya, okay, by the CBK, okay. One of them, for example, being, for example, the amount of the minimum capital of the company the bank is meant to keep, okay. Now, so you may want to ask the company, okay, are you, or is there any chance, okay, that you might not be in what countries, okay, you might maybe have contravened, okay, either of the regulations that you're meant to be compliance with, okay. It's not that you're doing a compliance audit, okay. Don't forget here, it is not that you're doing a compliance audit, okay, the compliance audit. Not that you're doing that compliance audit, okay, but don't forget the company you're going to be auditing, okay. You may want to assess whether they are in compliance with laws and regulation, because if they're not, could there be an impact on the company going concern? Okay, that's where it's your main intention. Okay, if the company is not in, has not filled the terms and conditions, okay, they have not been in line with the regulations set forth by their regulator. Okay, could that mean the company might not be a going concern? Okay, should the shareholder be concerned about the going concern of their company? Okay. It is not that you're doing a compliance audit, okay, but you want to ensure that the company going concern is in quote for sort of guaranteed, okay, because the company is in compliance with the regulations set forth by their regulator, okay. And the thing is deficiency in internal control, okay. Don't forget, you are the one who carry out the test of control. Okay, you as an auditor, you're the one who carry out the test of control. Okay, however, you may want to ask the management whether they have in themselves. Don't forget, internal control is an internal process. Okay, it is an internal process. Okay, the management, okay, of course, through the internal auditor, are the one who are meant to understand, okay, the internal control system very well, in and out. Okay, so in this case, therefore, you may want to ask the management, okay, are you aware of any of the deficiency that exists within your internal control system? Why do you not need to ask them? Because it is a management responsibility. If you remember, this is one of the precondition of an audit. Okay, we should remember. Okay, that the management have set forth an effective and operational internal control system. Now you're asking them, okay, is your internal control system effective? Are there any weaknesses? Are there any deficiency that exist on your internal control system? So this is more or less acknowledging them by asking them, okay, have you done your test of control? You as a management, see, this is an internal process. Do you know whether your processes are working out? If they're not working, where are they not working? Okay. Because once you know that as an auditor, what does it imply therefore? It means now you can be able to refine your audit processes, okay, to know that since this area is not working, okay, then the chance of misstatement is a bit higher on a particular area, okay. You're trying to ask the management, okay, tell me, okay, where should I be more concerned, okay, the indirect way, okay, by asking them where is the internal control system not working, okay. I think you'll be able to confirm from the management, of course, is the assertions, okay? The specific assertions with relation to the financial statement, okay? Of course, we know those 9 financial statement assertion, okay? But in case it's an account that in quote is unique, okay? In case the company has an account that in quote that is unique, then you may want to ask the management, okay? What financial statement assertions were applied on this particular account, okay? So you may want to ask them, okay, what assertions, the financial statement assertions they did use on that particular account, for example, okay. Assumptions the money may have used along the way, okay, especially towards those are called the account estimates, okay. Assumptions they use in relation to the account estimates, okay, the account estimates, okay. What assumptions have they used? What assumption have they used, for example, okay? For example, in relation to example to the asset useful life, okay, to the asset useful life, okay, how many years can this asset be used? 10 years, 30 years, 40 years, okay. Now, if the company used 40 years, okay, for building, okay, you may want to ask them, okay, what assumption do you use, okay, when assuming or when putting down that the useful life of this asset is 40 years. If it's a motor vehicle and they use 40 years as the number as their useful life, okay, does that contradict the edge in the ground? So ask them if they did use or if there was some significant assumptions they used on those accounting estimates. Okay, these are estimates. Okay, they're within the management realm. Okay, it's not that they're being in law that says that you must do A or B or C. No, all these are account estimates. Okay, so they're done within the management. They are the management. It is a management who normally make these estimates. Okay. So it is within the management, okay, intentions. Okay? So you ask them, okay, when deciding that the life of motor vehicle is 40 years, what assumption do you put in place? And those assumptions, are they reasonable? Okay. If they say that you're going to use this motor vehicle 40 years, does this seem realistic? Okay, it seems otherwise. But either way, ask them why they use 40 years, okay? And you as a manager, you as an auditor, you think that the life of this motor vehicle is meant to be 10 years, is meant to be 20 years, okay? Something else is what we call the uncorrected misstatement. As mentioned along the way, we said that you may find misstatement, okay? Maybe the inventory balance has been overstated, okay? It has been understated, okay? But sometimes as an auditor, okay, there are those who are referred to as misstatements that are immaterial, okay? So which therefore they may not be expected to influence your final audit judgment, okay? You're not going to be, we are not expecting, okay, that they shall be affecting your final audit judgment. So if they're immaterial, okay, in quotes, you can ignore them, okay? However, okay, don't forget, if you have misstatement, okay, that individually they might be material. But once we aggregate them, once we sum up those misstatements that have been uncorrected, okay, could they be material? Okay, could they be material? Okay, so as the management, okay, is there any misstatement, okay, that might have occurred on your books which you have not corrected? Okay, so maybe individually, okay, are they material? Okay, if we sum them up, are they material? Okay, so you need to ask the management, okay, is there any misstatement that might have occurred along the way which is worth enough for us to become aware of? Okay, are we as the auditor, okay, is there any misstatement which you did not correct? Okay, don't forget the management are the ones who make adjustments, okay, the financial statement. Okay, so ask them, okay, what are the effects of those uncorrected misstatements that have occurred during the audit process? Okay. Also, all the subsequent events, okay, I think with this one you mentioned, okay, all the subsequent events, okay. Now we said as an auditor, here the one who um, the management, of course, okay, they are going to have in quotes, they are going to be privy to this event more than you, okay? Why? Because they will be in the company throughout the period, okay? As not to come once in a while, okay? The management understand the company, the operations better off than can understand you as an auditor, okay? Would imply, therefore, okay, if we have those subsequent events, okay, you may want to ask the management, okay, is there any subsequent events that have occurred between the year end and the time of I issuing my audit opinion? Okay, so you may want to have an inquiry from the management in relation to the subsequent events that may have occurred, which maybe you're not aware as a matter, or maybe they do require disclosure. Okay, the accounts don't require adjustment. However, those events require disclosure on the financial statement. Okay. So ask from the management if there's any subsequent event that may have occurred, which they are aware and which you may not be aware as an auditor. Okay. Another thing, as per the requirement of ISA 240, okay, this is as per the requirement of ISA 240, okay, which I hope you should remember, okay, on fraud data, okay, effects of financial settlement on auditor, okay. Don't forget, it is a management, okay, who are responsible for the effective operation of the internal control system, okay. If there are weaknesses within it, if there are weaknesses, okay, within the internal control system of the company, I think I've just mentioned that in the previous slide, that you may need. Just a minute, let me just go back. I think I didn't miss one, okay. So here, this last point, I think I missed it. The money discloses the result of the money assessment, okay, of the risk of financial statement misstatement, okay. We see that, okay, as per the requirement of as a 240, okay, the person who is responsible, okay, the person who is responsible, actually let me just refer to that ISA, okay, so that you hope to just refresh your mind on that ISA, the requirement of that ISA 240. So let me share the ISA. ISA 240. Okay, so this is ISA 240, okay, and all this is simply about the fraud that may exist on the financial statement. Don't forget, the person responsible, we just go straight to that ISA, and that's it is, okay, so let's see, so it is, okay. This is ISA 240, okay. The primary responsibility of the prevention and detection of fraud rests with the governance of the entity and the management. Okay, that is the person who is responsible for the prevention and detection of fraud. It rests with those child governance. Okay, this is the management. Okay, so in obtaining the written representations, okay, what we're trying to obtain is that how the management done that. Okay, how they been able. Okay, let me just go back to our notes here. Okay. So they have the management, okay, how the management, okay, being able to assess, okay, whether there's a risk of, okay, whether there's a risk of, it is the risk of financial statement that can be as a result of fraud, okay. It is the management responsibility, okay. So here you're trying to understand, as per the requirement of, as per the requirement of ISA 240, you are responsible of assessing whether there's any fraud or error okay, or misstatement that occurred on those financial statements. So if there is, okay, or in case, since you have done that assessment, okay, we need to obtain a result of your assessment, okay. Has the management done that disclosure? Have they disclosed on the result of the assessment of risk or financial statement, misstatement, as a result of fraud on those financial statements, okay. So here you're trying to get the management, okay, make a response, ensure that they acknowledge, okay, they have done what they were meant to do, okay, as per ISA 240. Okay. So an exception of the ISA is money who disclose all information related to fraud, okay. So suspected fraud, okay, employee within control, okay, internal control, and others where fraud could have material effect on the financial statement, okay. In short, this is simply additional information, okay, whether there's, okay, all information related to fraud, okay, as well as any fraud that made of card, okay, all the employees who have control over, they have significant control over the internal control, okay. In short, those, for example, who can circumvent, okay, the internal control system operation, okay. And others where fraud could have material effect on the financial statement, okay. In short here, the management trying to sort of, okay, the management, okay, they disclosed to the auditor, okay. So here, the management is meant to acknowledge, okay, that we did inform the auditor, okay, we did inform the auditor, or we did inform you as an auditor, okay, that we did disclose to you all the persons, okay, who may have significant impact, okay, on how the internal controls are working, okay. Which means, therefore, there are those who are responsible for internal control, those who can, for example, circumvent the operation of internal control, and those who think that maybe, okay, this particular account is of high inherent risk. Okay. In short, the management is trying to inform the auditor of the areas where there could be potential misstatement. So in this case, the management is acknowledging they did inform the user of the auditor of those potential persons. Okay. They still don't forget is as per requirement of the ISA 240. Okay. Also, the management have gone ahead and disclosed all information in relation to allegations. Okay. They have disclosed allegations of fraud. Okay. Not just fraud. Okay. It may be in cases fraud, of course, they have done that, okay? They have disclosed, they have given information in relation to potential fraud, okay? Or even those fraud that we are just suspecting, okay? So the management have done that, okay? They have disclosed either to the regulator, they have disclosed to the person responsible, okay? If, for example, this bank, okay, in the case of bank, okay? In case there is fraud that the bank, for example, have, they may have a card, okay, they're meant to inform the CBK of those potential fraud that occur in them. So has the management done that? Okay, if this is a bank, okay, has it gone ahead and made this disclosure to the relevant regulator? If it's about the insurance company, okay, have they done the disclosure to RBA? Okay, okay, regulator, but to RBA, the regulator for insurance company. Okay, so you may want to ask the management. So they're making a response that they have done this disclosure or not. Okay, so you're going to be inquiring. You're going to be asking the management, acknowledge that you've done this, okay? Acknowledge that you've done this particular area, okay? Management has disclosed all the instance of non-compliance, okay? I think you mentioned that you may, at the beginning, okay, you may want to ask the management, inquire for the management whether they are in compliance with laws, regulations that do govern the operation, okay? Laws, regulations that governs the operation. It's part and parcel of written representations, okay? Acknowledgement from the management that they have done that, okay? Now, in this case, if maybe the company is not in compliance, so you're asking the management, okay, you're making an inquiry from the management, okay, those areas where the company may not be in compliance, okay, have the management disclosed, okay, those instances where they may not be in compliance, okay. And of course, what are the potential impact? You may not even want to go ahead and ask them, okay, what's the potential impact of that non-compliance, or what have you done, okay, you as the management, okay, what have you done to ensure that you are in line with, you're going to correct the potential, okay, you're going to be reducing the potential impact it might have on your operation. Okay? If they're in non-compliance with this law, okay, tax law, for example, okay, environmental law, okay, employment law, what have you done as a company in order to alleviate the potential impact that non-compliance may have on your operation? Okay, so don't forget this is going to come from the management. So you as an auditor, you're trying to get this information, okay, from those you who are from the management, whether they have done that. Okay. Don't forget, as I mentioned, okay, don't forget actually the content of the letter, the content of these written representations. Okay, they are diverse. Okay, it's any inquiry. Okay, you're making as an auditor is written representations. Okay, will come as a result of you as an auditor. Okay, making an inquiry. So the question you want the management to answer. The question you want the management to answer. So you're the one who is going to be instigating what the response you shall be receiving from the management. Okay, so the content can be diverse. Okay, the content can be as diverse as they can be. Okay, so therefore, okay, remember written regulations on their own do not provide sufficient appropriate audit evidence. Why? Quality of audit evidence. Okay, just refer to you. Okay, the quality of audit evidence. So this is low. Okay, the quality as per the reliability. Okay, you still remember that criteria used. Okay, how reliable is this audit evidence? Since it is coming from the management, don't forget its quality a bit low. Okay, we apply therefore as an auditor. Okay, as an auditor, you can be using written representations as corroborative audit evidence. Okay, you can be using as corroborative audit evidence to support. Okay, so the written representations are just to support what you already know. Okay, in short. Okay, so they should not be used as the sole source of audit evidence. Okay, so they're going to be using as a support. Okay, please here. Okay, they support other audit evidence. They are meant to be simply used as a support of the already existing audit evidence which you have obtained. Okay, that's the criteria. Why? Because they are of lower quality. That's why you need to use them. It means you have already been able to gather evidence elsewhere, okay, from other sources. So we're trying to use the management representations as a support audit evidence, okay, to support, for example, your conclusion, for example. Okay. As much as possible, they should not be used as the sole source of audit evidence. If you're trying to, for example, test on a given assertion, okay, so simply they use as a corroborative audit evidence. Okay, clear? Question? Okay. Yes, Ashley has a question. Yes, Ashwin. Ashwin.
Yes.
Yes.
It is not really part of the topic, but it's a bit related. I just wanted to ask, could you please elaborate to me the difference between security and collateral?
What's the difference? Okay. Now, what's the difference between security and collateral? Okay. Now, security, okay, the term security is a very diverse term. Okay, security can refer to financial asset, can refer to financial instrument. However, I want to get you try to, in the context of the audit and security, more or less, security and collateral, okay, are synonymous. Okay, security and collateral, they are synonymous. Okay, the asset you're going to be providing, okay, the asset you're going to be providing in order to secure a loan. So the bank can ask you, you want how much? Okay, you want a loan worth 10 million. However, before I give you this loan, I would want you to, I don't know, give me an asset, okay, a guarantee, an asset for a guarantee that in case you don't pay me my money, I shall be recovering, I can dispose of this motor vehicle and recoup my money. Okay, in that context, therefore, the terms you can use that asset, the term you can refer to that asset using the term security or a collateral. Okay, so I want to guess that's what you mean by security. Okay, So the security and collateral in that case, therefore, are synonymous. Okay. Even though the term security can have diverse meaning. Okay. Ashley.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Okay, so what are the main elements of representation? Okay, address to forget this is a letter that comes from the management to the auditor. From the management to the auditor. Okay, of course, address to the auditor contain specified information. Don't forget the response you shall be receiving is going to be as the letter, the content of the letter is going to be influenced by what you asked. Okay, with the questions you are asking the management. Okay, so the content, okay, is going to be, or the response, the information in the letter is going to be pegged on what you asked at the beginning. Okay, it was clear. Because this letter is as a response of your previous inquiry. Okay. Of course, it will be dated, okay, approved with present knowledge, okay, signed by the senior financial officer. The key matter here is that it is coming from the management to the auditor. Okay, so you need to get that clear. It's coming from the management to the auditor. Okay. And that's on written representations. Okay, that's on written representations. So let me share ISA 570. Okay, so let me share on the ISA 580. Okay. So this is our reference ISA. Okay, this is our reference ISA 580 on the written representations. Okay, on the written representations. So even whatever we are going to be discussing, okay, is going to be whatever we discussed, okay, is contained in this ISA. So in case you need more information, as I always advise you, you make reference to the ISA. Okay. So anyway, let me try to okay. I think you mentioned, don't forget, you've already done this, that all the evidence, okay, is information used by auditor in arriving at the final conclusion on the audit opinion, okay. And of course, as I mentioned, don't forget, written representations are information that the auditor requires in connection, okay, it requires in connection with the audit of the entity financial statement, okay. And of course, as I mentioned, they shall be coming from the auditor. Okay, they shall be coming from the management, the auditor, and the management will be attempting in answering some of those previous questions, some of the questions that the auditor may have asked. Okay. The commission, similarly, the responses to inquiries, their responses to inquiries. Okay, this is an inquiry that you made as an auditor. Okay, there's a question you did make. Okay, so the response is referred to as written representations. Okay, and they become part and parcel of your audit evidence. They become part and parcel of the audit evidence. Okay. As you mentioned, although they do provide the audit evidence, okay, they do not, okay, provide sufficient appropriate audit evidence on their own. Okay, and that's why I do require as an auditor, you should not use them as the only audit evidence source. Okay, we can mention that. Okay, they don't provide, they don't give you the highest quality of the audit evidence. So as much as possible, don't forget you need to obtain other audit evidence elsewhere. Okay, they need to provide other audit evidence elsewhere. Okay, it does not mean that in case you get this response, you get this representations. Okay, that you should not be using your own procedures to garner other audit evidence. It does not mean that. Okay, don't forget. Okay, don't forget as an auditor, even if you do get this confirmation, you do get this response, it does not absorb you, okay, from trying to access or trying to get the information from other sources. You have to get the information, the old evidence from other sources, okay, even though the management have made this response, okay, even though they have made this response, okay. Okay, I think you mentioned what are the objectives of the data emission towards the ISA, okay, of course, to obtain the representations, okay, from the management, okay, you can mention that, okay, support other odd evidence, okay, where relevant, okay, towards the specific assertions of financial statement, okay. And lastly, okay, we can mention this already. And lastly, you respond appropriately to those written representations, okay, to make a response towards those representations you obtained. Or in case, for example, they don't provide, okay, you may want to assess what impact does it have on my final audit opinion, okay, because if, for example, you make an inquiry and the management does not respond, so you may want to say, okay, what impact is this non-response for the management have on my final audit opinion, okay. And this is simply a simple definition of what we mean by written representations, okay. You may want to take note of it. Okay, I presuppose you have taken note of, maybe in quote, a definition on what we mean by written representations, okay. Okay, I think you mentioned preparation, okay. All information. I think you discussed the content. This is point number 11. I think you discussed already, okay. What will the data contain? Okay, I think you discussed this already, so I don't have to go through it again. Date, okay, form of written presentations, okay, we discussed this already, so okay. The written presentation shall be in form of a letter addressed to the auditor, okay. Don't forget, the content is going to be this. There's no like sort of a defined way of having this letter, a defined way of having the content, okay. The content is simply going to be dependent, okay, on what you did inquire, okay, from the management, okay. So the content of the letter is dependent on what you did ask for the management, okay. What was your inquiry from the management, okay. Maybe if you doubt maybe the reliability of those response you have obtained for the management, what do? Okay, you need to determine the effect that such concerns may have on the reliability of the representations, and as well as, okay, should I go ahead and use this evidence? Okay, should I use ahead and use this evidence? Should I even question the previous representations I got from the management? Okay, because if you doubt, okay, the manager today, okay, what about yesterday? Yesterday they gave you a set of information. Okay, should I rely on those financial statements they have used? Okay, so you may want to. It might mean that you may want to question the previous maybe evidence that the management they provide you with. Okay, if they are inconsistent, okay, with other odd evidence, don't forget, as I mentioned, don't forget these representations. They simply mean, or you use them as corroborative, okay? So they're simply meant here to assist you, okay? They're simply meant to boost, okay, an already existing audit evidence, okay? They're simply meant to boost an already existing audit evidence, okay? So in this case, therefore, if they are inconsistent with already what you have, with already what you know as an auditor, okay, what does it imply, therefore? Okay, it means, therefore, you perform procedures to attempt to resolve the matter, okay? And if, for example, there's an unsolved, then you want to consider, should I continue using this audit evidence? Okay, should I doubt, okay, the management, okay, on the information they're giving me? Okay, should I doubt them? Okay, should I doubt their integrity? Okay, for example. Okay. Okay, and that is it. Okay, on ISA 580. Okay. Now let's see if I can get some question. Okay. If you question, don't forget you let me know. Okay. So okay, maybe just take a note here before we go to the question on point number 20. We shall discuss on ISA 700, ISA 701, and ISA 705 on the opinion. Okay, that's our next bit of the syllabus. Okay, on the final audit opinion. If, for example, you doubt on the margin representations in relation to their responsibility. Okay, now this is very clear. Okay, it's clear responsibility. Okay, for example, case the preparation, the internal control. If we doubt them, okay, what happened? In point number A, the concludes that there is sufficient doubt about the integrity of the management in relation to their responsibility. What do you do, okay, as an auditor, okay? Then, as such, the representatives required by it are not liable, okay? If you doubt on the integrity, okay, of the user of the management in relation to their responsibility, then you shall disclaim your final audit opinion. What is disclaiming? Okay, you're going with withhold. Okay, disclaiming is you're going with withhold. Okay, as auditor, I cannot be able to give an opinion. In short, okay, you're not saying that the council company do not present a true and fair view. Okay, you're not giving what we call adverse opinion. We are simply disclaiming. Okay, we call a disclaimer opinion. Okay, you're withholding your opinion. I cannot be able to give an opinion. Okay, so for disclaiming an opinion, you're going withholding the opinion as an auditor. You say that, hey, I can't be able to give an opinion on the set of the financial statement given to me as an auditor. Okay, you are disclaiming, you are withholding the opinion. Okay, and if, for example, the amount don't provide the written, they don't give you, okay, the written representations. Okay, if that happens, that they don't give you the written representations, okay, then generally on their just go point number 10, sorry. Okay, point number 10, 11, okay, this is on their responsibility, then of course, okay, this is on their responsibility in preparation, okay, and whereas on the how complete was the transaction, then you you also withhold the opinion. Okay, so the first one, you doubt on the integrity, okay, or towards their, you doubt their responsibility towards their preparation, okay, and here they don't provide. Okay, don't forget that in point number far back that you can get becomes clear. So in point number 1, okay, so here you are doubting. This is about they are taking a doubt. Now here they don't provide. Okay, so these are two different points. Okay, so in point number A is you doubt, maybe they doubt about the integrity of the money. Okay, maybe they provide you with evidence. Okay, with these representations. However, you are doubting them. You are doubting their integrity. Okay, therefore that means you disclaim the period. In point number B, you make an inquiry and they don't make a response in relation to the preparation and the transactions. Okay, in that case, therefore, you also withhold your withhold your audit opinion. Okay, is claiming an opinion, withholding the final audit opinion. Clear? Okay, don't forget here, you're not issuing adverse opinion. Okay, you're not issuing adverse opinion. You're not saying the accounts of the company do not present a true and a fair view. We are simply saying that I cannot be able to give an opinion. Okay, that's called disclaiming an opinion. Okay, so let's check on your questions. Okay, the questions from this set are not so rarely used. Okay, they're not so often used. That is, okay, but once in a while you may find the examiner asking you, okay, discuss the content of the engagement letter. Okay, so once in a while, okay, sorry, the content of the letter of the presentation. So once in a while you may find this question. Okay, so I'm going through your question bank. Okay, so if you can find that question, you let me know also. Okay, I have seen this question. Okay, in November 2018, question 2A. November 2018, question 2A. Okay, so go through it, then you attempt it together. November 2018, question 2A. Okay, so Pate is asking you, okay, that is November 2018 question 2A. Auditors should obtain written confirmation of representations from management on matters material to the financial statement, not just material, by the way. So this is quite wrong. Even the matters that are immaterial, okay? In the case, for example, of the uncorrected May statement, okay? So this statement by your examiner is wrong. It can also be even immaterial, okay? Any required explain for reasons why an auditor should discuss the content of the letter of representations with the directors of a client at an early stage in the audit. Okay, why would you want to discuss? Okay, why would you want to form the management of what you be explaining of them early? Okay, before the year begins, for example. Okay? Now let's discuss in 2 minutes, in 3 minutes. So let me discuss, let me break you out. So I want to break you out into a discussion so that you come back in 3 minutes to tell me the answers. Okay, and we have had the discussion in a group. Okay, so let's discuss the question now. Okay, so let me ask here, Karen. Karen. Hey, Karen. Karen, I'm trying to unmute you so that you will discuss the points. I'll come back to you. It seems that you have hidden yourself. Delphine?
Yes.
Yes, okay, let's discuss. So point number one, why would the company, why would the auditor, or why would you want you as an auditor to discuss the content of the letter in advance with the management?
Because it is a very key matter. You should discuss it earlier for the planning process, because if you postpone it to a later stage, it might make negotiations harder.
For the sake of audit plan or what? Or that would not mean? Oh. Okay, I'm trying to get the point.
Because it's a critical piece of evidence, it should just be discussed at an earlier stage instead of later to help reduce any in short, to make negotiations easier.
Okay, to make negotiation easier, or to make the audit planning process smooth or easy, as you try to call it. Okay, yeah, it could be that you want to make known to the management, okay, that at some point in time, at some point in future, you will be expecting them to provide you with this or with this inquiry. Okay, it could be, okay, that you want to make the process to be smooth in court, okay, to be easy for both of you, and to prepare the management, okay, of their responsibility to provide you with this letter. It could be, yeah, true. It could be. Okay, it could be. I agree. Okay, what else? That's it. Before we leave. David. You went. Okay, let me ask David. David. David.
Yes.
Yes, David.
Oh, you are with Delphine in the same group. So let me continue with another point.
Yes.
Okay, so the other one was to provide time for the directors to consider which representations are going to be required of them. So in case they have any queries, they can ask the auditors on the places where they may require information.
Oh, so to maybe in case they require clarification or they require more information from the auditor, so they have enough time to prepare for it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, it could be, definitely. Okay, it could be. It could be. Sure.
Another one it may also facilitate the ending of an audit in the form of in that directors will be aware of the contents of the letter. So the signing of the audit report won't be delayed because they will be aware of what they should sign, or something of the sort.
Okay, so there won't be delay when it comes to the audit finalization.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Okay, so they're aware of that response in advance. So there will not be any delays. Okay, it could be that there will be any delays when it comes to the giving out of the final audit opinion. Okay, it could be. It could be.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Let me check from someone else. David. Jeff. Jeff?
Yes.
Yes.
So what we discussed.
Yes. You're with who? You're with who?
Petronilla.
Petronilla, okay.
What we discussed is that the auditor can identify at an early stage in the audit the sources of evidence available to him.
Okay, the auditor can identify. How?
And how can plan according to the sources available?
Okay, Jeff, just okay, come again. The auditor can? Jeff?
Yeah?
Yes, come again.
The auditor
yes
can identify at an early stage the sources of evidence available to him, and he can plan his work accordingly.
Okay, the auditor can identify all the evidence and he can plan accordingly. I agree that these written representations by themselves, they are audit evidence. Can plan accordingly. Okay. So why would you want to discuss this with the management? I'm trying to see the connection. I agree that this is in itself, for you as an auditor, it is an audit evidence. But why would you want to discuss this?
So that the auditor can know what is expected from him from the directors.
No, don't forget, this letter is from the management to the auditor. So you're the one asking the management to provide you with this letter. So it is what you are expecting of the management as opposed to what the manager is expecting of you. Do you get it, Jeff? I hope you're getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that this letter is an inquiry you've made. You're asking in quote question to the management, and the manager is making a response to you based on that matter. Okay. Yeah. So I'm trying to get your point. I'm trying to get your point. To get your point. Okay, maybe let me try to see. Try to maybe paraphrase what you're trying to say. Is that maybe the auditor, okay, that you are able to know in advance, okay, that you can inform the management that the written representations you can be obtaining from them is part and parcel of your audit evidence that you can be using when it comes to giving the final audit opinion, okay. But in itself, it's a source of your audit evidence, okay. That means therefore, it is going to be guiding the final audit opinion you shall be giving. If, for example, they deny giving you these representations, then you may tell, in case you don't give me this audit evidence, if you don't give me these written representations in relation to, for example, your duty towards the preparation of financial statement, then I will be disclaiming the final audit opinion. So you're trying to prepare them in advance that, hey, if you do not do A, B, C, or D, if you don't give me these written recommendations, then I will be disclaiming my opinion. So it is one of my core audit evidence source, okay, even though it is collaborative. Okay, maybe I'm trying to paraphrase what just trying to get a point from you. But it is for sure, definitely, okay? The itself, it is a source of the audit evidence. Therefore, you tell management in advance, if you do not provide me with these written representations, then I'll be disclaiming my opinion, okay? And if, for example, you don't make a response towards the preparation of the financial statement, or in case I doubt your integrity, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Another point maybe you may be having?
When the directors
Yes.
become aware of the presentations required,
Yes.
they may decide to provide the auditor with other audit evidence rather than the representation letter in certain cases.
So the management?
When the directors
Yes.
become aware of the presentations required of them,
Yes.
they may decide to provide the auditor with other audit evidence rather than the representation letter.
Okay, so once the manager the directors become aware of the requirement, they may actually give more audit evidence. Okay, it could be. It could be that they go ahead and even give more audit evidence than even what the auditor. Okay, it could be. It could be. Let me know that, but it could be for sure. Yes. Okay. Let me check someone else. Okay. Kami.
Yes.
Yes, Kami.
On the same question.
Yes, my same question. You have more points?
No.
No. Okay, let's go to part B, Roman 2. What is your work after you receive this representations?
To respond appropriately to the written representation.
Yes, of course, that is one work. I think it's part C of this, okay, to make the appropriate response in relation to the letter you have received. I think, for example, you doubt, maybe, okay, or in case you doubt, for example, okay, on the extent of integrity of the manager towards their preparation, or you think, for example, no, you are not the one who prepared the council company, and apply therefore, you're going to be disclaiming the opinion. So you make a response, the appropriate response upon the receipt of the letter. Yeah, true. Okay, what else?
Support other audit evidence.
Okay, and of course, you're going to use this as in order to support other audit evidence. Support other audit evidence, which you already obtained. Okay, so you're going to be comparing the response you have received versus what you already have. Okay, so a response to already audit evidence you have at hand. Okay, and that's it.
They have a responsibility to. No, I don't have another point. Sorry.
Okay, so let me check someone else. Okay. Petronina, Jeffrey, Quinta.
Yes.
Yes.
So what I'd like to
We were in the same group with
is to take your blood pressure monitoring. So the blood pressure monitoring is just a measure of your blood pressure.
You're in the same group with who? Quinta? Quinta?
Yes.
You're in the same group with?
With Kami. I don't have another point.
Okay. So let me check on Samuel. Samuel.
Yes.
Yes.
I think you can consider if the evidence being provided by the management is reasonable.
Is reasonable to assess out to the extent of, okay, it could be part of the response, okay, try to check as whether the evidence you have received is reasonable. Okay, you can check on whether it's reasonable, is it reliable? Okay, yeah, you can use it, okay, the response you get obtained for the management, okay, you can make an assessment as whether that response you have received from the management, okay, is it reasonable, is it appropriate, okay, can I rely on it, okay, yeah, it could be, okay, But over and above that, okay, over and above that, okay, from it, okay, and the point is here, okay, and those seem a bit hidden, okay, just above these, okay, from this point about here, you can also use it to assess as to whether the management or those child governance have fulfilled their responsibility for the preparation of the financial statement. Okay, from that response, okay, from the response you get obtained, okay, you can make an assessment. Have the mandate fulfilled? Don't forget, this is they are giving a response to you, okay, and from it you can assess, okay, have the mandate been able to fulfill their responsibility towards the preparation of the financial statement. Okay, you can make an assessment, okay, as to whether those shared governance they have fulfilled their responsibility towards the preparation of the financial statement. Okay, and that is your responsibility as an auditor. Okay, I hope that's clear. Okay, I think it's someone who had made a suggestion that we can have a question in either somewhere from May 2018. May 2018, question 3A. Okay, May 2018, question 3A. Okay. Okay, May 20, question 3A. Lastly, you have been appointed as the lead auditor of CBC Limited, and you have held a meeting with the management where certain representations were orally given and others implied. With reference to ISA 580 written resolution, discuss circumstances that might lead you to require management to confirm in writing the oral and implied representations. Okay, so circumstances in which you may require the management to have in writing, okay, those representations. What do you think this question is asking of you? Circumstances in which you may require written those representations to be written. What do you think this question? Because once you're able to understand, okay, what is this question asking of me? It becomes very easy. Okay, it was the question. Let me check. No, Karen, you haven't talked. So let me check with you. As well as Petronia, I'll come to you. Karen. Yes, Karen. What do you think of the question asking of us? Karen?
It is all about audit evidence.
Mm-hmm. Now, how would you answer the question? Because once you understand what the question is asking of you, then it comes easy to answer the question. Before that, you're going to have it very rough if you don't know what the question is asking of you. Karen?
Okay, I'm still thinking about it.
Okay. Think and think fast. Petronia. Petronia.
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't it reasons for seeking letters of representation?
Sorry?
Reasons for seeking letters of representation.
Reason for seeking letter of representations. Okay, there's an easy way. There's an easy way of trying to answer the question. And once you have that, it becomes easy to answer the question. Let me check somebody else. There's an easy way of trying to understand what the question is asking of you. Let me check. Quinta.
Yes.
Yes. What is the question asking of you?
Maybe to prove that oral evidence is weaker compared to written.
Yes. So why would you want to require, okay, what are the circumstances that might warrant you, okay, to ask the management, okay, to give you written instead of oral? So what do the question asking?
To give circumstances that would probably be used as a reference
Let me continue thinking.
Okay. Because once you're able to answer that question, it becomes easy to answer. It becomes very straightforward. Samuel, what do you think?
The advantages.
The advantages, wow, you have gone off the curve. It's not about the advantages, by the way. Let me check. Kami. Kami.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the scenarios which you'll need the management to write a written representation letter.
Yes,
to confirm a few things.
Yes. Now, this is simply what are the content of written representations? What does it constitute? Okay. Now, that's simply what is the content of the letter of representation. Yes, I think we have discussed it. Okay. All these matters, let's just share. Okay. Just that's simply what the question is asking of you. Okay. Now, what are the contents? Okay, what would be asking them? Don't forget this is written. Okay, what the content of the letter of representation? It must be written. Okay, there's very diverse things. All these matters, like we have here on the slide, they cannot be oral. They must be written. In short, what are the circumstances in which you must require the management provide you with written, not oral? Now, this is the content of letter of representations. And these are how many? These are 8 parts. So I propose that maybe each can have maybe 4 points and have you discuss them, okay? Because it's about the discuss, okay? Now let's begin asking this question. What are the content of letter of representations? Okay, now this cannot be oral, okay? For example, this can't be oral, for example, the case of subsequent events. It cannot be oral. It must be written. About their responsibility, or they have prepared the accounts, they cannot be oral. It must also be written. In short, the question is about asking about what are the content of the letter of representation. So they must be written, in short, okay? They can't be oral. So in short, that what are the content of written representations? Okay, and like simply this is about the content. Once you know the question is asking about the content, because it becomes easy to answer. Okay? If you can't get that at that point, then it becomes very hard for you to answer the question. Okay. Oh, that's clear because so point A is simply about the content of the letter of representation. Okay. In November 2016, question 5C. November 2016, question 5C is asking you, highlight 4 matters that an auditor is likely to include in a management letter. 4 matters that an auditor is likely to include in a management letter. Okay. Don't forget we said that the inquiry that you as the written representations will come as a response of the inquiry. Okay. They will come as a response of your inquiry. Okay. Now, the letter that you draft as an auditor addressed to the management, where you do wait for that response, is referred to as written, is referred to as the management letter. Okay, yeah, that's clear. Okay, that we have 2 letters. The response you're going to be obtaining from the management is as a result of the inquiry that you made. Okay, so the inquiry, this letter you're going to be writing as an auditor addressed to the management. Okay. Upon which you're waiting for the responses is what we refer to as the management letter. Okay, we refer to as the management letter. And as I just mentioned, don't forget the response you're going to be receiving from the management is as a result of what is contained, the inquiries you have made on that letter. Which imply, therefore, the content of the management letter is the content of the letter of representation. Clear? Okay, the letter of representation is as a result of the inquiry you made on to the management, okay, in the management letter, which implies therefore the content of the response you receive from the management is going to be as a result of the content of the inquiries you made in the management letter. Which implies therefore the content of the management letter is the same as the content of the management representation letter. Okay. We imply that for the content of the management letter is simply equal to the content of the written representation. Okay. And you're being asked for 4 marks. Okay. So you can just write in 4 content of the letter of representation. Don't forget why I'm saying this is the case is because the letter of representation is a response to what you're asking in the management letter to your inquiry. Okay, so the two are the same, more or less. Okay, it's only that now the letter is coming from the auditor to the management. The management letter is from the auditor to the management. The management representation letter is from the management to the auditor, answering or maybe making a response to their inquiry. Okay, and the inquiry, the response is based on the inquiry, which means therefore the content of written representation is a response of the inquiry you made in the management letter. I hope that's very clear. Okay, so more the content, of course, are simply the content of the written representation. Okay, the one we just discussed. Okay. Then there's some others. Okay. So Kami, let me just to understand what you mean. I repeat. Let me check on you. Kami.
There's somewhere you said management letter is from the manager to the auditor, but for written representation is from where to where? Okay,
let me repeat. The management letter is that letter you write, you as an auditor, okay? I want you asking the management, okay? Confirm for me A, B, C, and D, okay? Whether you're the one who prepared the accounts, how if there was any fraud you discovered along the way, if there was any misstatement that were uncorrected. So you're the one writing this letter, you as the auditor. Who is the addressee? Addressee is the management, okay? So the letter, let me actually try to, let me see if I can go to have my board here so it comes easy. So here you have 2 persons. You have here the auditor of the company, and here you have the management. As an auditor, you draft a letter addressed to the management, asking about their responsibility on preparing the accounts, fraud that might have occurred, any mistakes that have occurred, subsequent events, okay, assumption they used. So the letter that you draft as an auditor to the management is referred to as the management letter. Okay. Now the management, once they receive the letter, of course they make a response to you. Okay, you're answering in quote your question, okay, or your inquiry. So the letter comes from the management to the auditor. Okay. Now this is called the management representation letter, also referred to as written representation. It's referred to as written representations. Okay. Don't get this. Who is drafting? The auditor is from the auditor to the management is the management letter. The management to the auditor answering the inquiry contained in this letter is the management representation letter, or simply the representation letter, or somebody referred to as the written representations. Come here. Come, is that clear, Kami? Kami?
Yes.
That's clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then there's some other question. Someone has had a question. Let me check. Is it? Okay. Where is this? Someone who does some. There's some question from August 29. Let's see. August 29 question. That's from Ashley. August 29, question 6B. August 2009, 6B. August 29, question 6B. That is from Ashley. 6B. Huh? Are you sure, Ashley? Because August 2009, question 6B is asking about auditor's report, which you have not done. Maybe check again for that question, because we have not done that topic. August 29, question 6B. We have not done that question. Ashley. So from Delphine, June 2013, 6B. June 2013, 6B. So June 2013, question 6B. Okay. Yeah, so June 2013, 6B is from Delphine. Is asking, auditors are required to obtain written declarations. Okay, they are required to obtain written declarations when dealing with evidence which is material in the context of financial statement, and where knowledge of facts may only be confined to management. Required highlight forms of declarations which might be obtained by the auditor. Okay, so simply part one is about the content. Okay, so from part one is about the content. Okay, what are the content of the written declarations? Okay, formats. Let's discuss this. When two explain to consideration which auditor might make when issued with a married declaration. Okay, what are the response? Okay, so simply part two is asking about the response. Okay, how do you respond? Okay, towards the written declaration. Okay, so number one is about the content. Number two is about how do you respond. Okay, once you receive that letter, you receive the married declarations. Okay, which I think we have already discussed also together. Okay. Another question. Okay, I think so. Fashion trainers, August 29, question 6A. August 29, question 6A. So August 29, question 6A. Huh? No, August 29, question 6A. Ashin, this is about the content of letter of engagement. Okay, if we get goes outline the context of an engagement letter. Okay, which was it 5A? 5A. Yeah, 5A. Okay, it's 5A. The August 9 question 5A. Define letter of recommendation. Okay, I think we have done that, but just to repeat for those who did not get it. So it's a simple definition. Okay, what do we mean by letter of representation? Okay, here it is. Okay, just repeat it. Okay, here it is. Okay, what do we mean by the letter of representation? Okay, so here is the definition. Then from number two of the same setting, outline the reason why an auditor seeks to obtain a letter of representation. Why would you want to seek a letter of representation? Simply, what the content of the letter of representation. Okay, and that is it. Okay. Okay. So Kami, I have a question here. I have a question. Let's check. Yes, Kami.
Can you highlight the points of how we respond to a written representation? Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. How the auditor respond towards once you receive the letter? Okay. One of the response you make is you make an assessment. Okay, as to from the letter you receive. Okay, make an assessment as to whether the management have fulfilled their responsibility. Okay, you make an assessment as to whether the management have fulfilled their responsibility, as well as they have provided you with a complete set of information. So you make an assessment. Okay, once you get a response, you make an assessment as to whether the management have provided or the management has fulfilled their responsibility towards the preparation of the financial statement, as well as whether the information they've given to you is a complete set of information that you had made an inquiry towards. Okay, the first thing. Okay. Then, once you receive that letter, don't forget already, this letter itself is an audit, is a source of audit evidence. Okay, is a source of audit evidence. Okay, which implies therefore you're going to use that letter and compare with already existing audit evidence. Okay, with already existing audit evidence, is suppose other audit evidence which you have already obtained. And lastly, is about making the response. Okay, is about making the response. You respond appropriately. Okay, towards that that letter you have received. If, for example, they refuse to give you that letter, what do? You're going to therefore, if the matter they have not answered is on their responsibility towards the preparation of financial statements, then you disclaim your final audit opinion. Okay, that's the response. That's the response towards the letter once you receive the letter. Okay. Kami, I hope that's clear, okay? First thing is you answer the letter, you make an assessment, okay? Have the management fulfilled their responsibility, okay? As well as assess whether they have given you a complete set of the information, okay? 2, you're going to use it as a collaborative audit evidence. And 3, you make a response based on how the representative received, okay? And here the response, okay? But the response means you're going to be assessing, okay? If there's a refusal, okay, of the management to give me this letter, okay, what do? I disclaim my opinion, okay? Or in case, for example, once I give this response, okay, I deem that there's an issue regarding the integrity of the management, then of course I also disclaim my opinion. Okay, that's clear, Kami, I hope. Kami, that's clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's more towards, therefore, the response. Okay. Now, I've been given, what do you call, an assessment, okay, lecture assessment, okay. I'm not sure they can be able to view it. Let me just, I'll share it on the WhatsApp, okay. So you click on the link and you assess the lecture, okay. So here, I think I'll do so once the class ends, okay. Okay, now we are agreed we're going to have the mock tomorrow. However, I told you that we're going to do the mock once we finish the entire audit process, okay? Which apply the for now, we have not done on the opinion. So tomorrow I intend we do the opinion, therefore we push the mock until Friday. So tomorrow we do the audit opinion, then we can do the mock on Friday, okay? Hope that's okay to all of you, okay? So because we need, there's no need for us to do the mock without having discussed the entire audit process, okay? It makes no sense, okay? So tomorrow we shall discuss on the auditor's opinion. Then on Friday we do the mock. On Friday we shall do the mock, okay? So ensure that you have signed, and I'll share the link for evaluation on the WhatsApp group, and you assess the lecture, okay? But fair enough, we can meet tomorrow then, okay? So the question here that will to be MCQ, okay? I'm not sure, but I'll see what I can do about it, okay? I think it will be a combination of both MCQ as well as the target question, okay? So I'll see what I can do about it.